Well, he was doing me from behind, and I was like, "What is going on back there? This isn't good." And I looked behind me, and
it wasn't good.
He's holding his phone like this, watching Avatar: Legend of Korra.
Welcome to the Kum and Giggle show, where laughter always flows, full of joy and good vibes. Let's banish all our woes. Stories and jokes to make you smile. Tune in and let's engage. Join us on this fun ride. Turn the page.
Hey everybody, I'm Nikki Huntsman, and welcome to the Kum and Giggle podcast. So I have a very special guest with us today, and this is going to be our end of the year show. She gets to end us on a solid note. This is the lovely Macie.
Hello.
So I've met her, I can't remember which comedy event I met you at, but she runs Burla Bee's comedy show, Tits and Giggles, and all of the open mics. She does burlesque stuff, and she also does hair and makeup. Absolutely incredible. Take it away.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I run a Topless comedy show that I do bi-monthly that pretty much everybody that's on stage performing in a comedy show is topless, pasties. Even the dudes have to wear the sticker pasties.
It was so much fun. Last night, I got to perform in her Tits and Giggles show, and it was my first time performing at Burla Bee, and my second time doing a normal gig, like not just open mics in Colorado, and holy shit, this one was so much better. I like the other place. I like the other place. It's just the audience was more conservative at the last actual show I did in Colorado, and all of the open mics here that I've been to, I feel like they're very conservative. So La Burla Bee's the first one in Colorado that felt a little bit more like LA and more like home for me.
Well, also, like I was telling you last night how I prefer to do shows that are like the drag shows, the burlesque shows, just in the queer community, because people show up to those shows ready
and
to
not only that, but
party.
they're just happier, they're nicer, they're more accepting and open-minded and laid back.
People go to comedy shows to watch you fail.
In Colorado, yeah, not in LA.
Really?
In LA,
I feel
people
like
are very like loving and open out there. Every time I've been to an open mic or a comedy show out there that I've done, because I've done a bunch of comedy shows and open mics in LA, but one of the reasons why I hesitate here and hold back is because it's like when I go to open mics and stuff, a lot of the time people are just quietly staring at you, judging you.
Oh, yeah. Open mics are freaking hard, especially when you're going to the same ones every week and everybody there is already a comic and it's heard all your material. Like,
yeah, we all know each other.
Jokes, yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, you feel so judged and so uncomfortable.
It used to take me a couple of drinks to get up on stage, but then eventually you're just blacked out on stage with a microphone, and that's never actually a good thing.
I've never been blacked out on stage, but when I was first starting, I did used to drink to go up, especially in the springs. And at 3E's, even though a lot of the people would be quiet and weird and stuff, I will say it'd be funny because after I go up, like the bartenders would tell me I did great, and I had like the owner come up and give me his card and exchange info. So I've had different things where it's like I thought I failed, but certain people liked me still. But it's just like, well, if you like me, why is this whole room so quiet?
Sometimes the room seems quiet, or like, I don't know, like you're so in your head and you're like, I don't think anybody laughed. Because I've had people be like, I did so terrible. And I'm like, we all were having a good time. So sometimes it's like just that voice in your head, you know?
Maybe. I don't know. But it seems like I get more laughs and louder laughs out in LA. And in LA, I usually have people approach me after my shows and ask me for my socials and other things. And that usually doesn't happen in Colorado. But people were approaching me and telling me how great I did last night. And it made me feel better. I was like, cool. This is the first time people in Colorado have actually given me positive encouragement.
Yeah, the people loved you. You're going to have to come to more of like drag shows and shit like that.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to come to the open mics that are at La Burla Bee now that I know that place is like so laid back. I don't know if I want to do other open mics here because I don't like them.
I don't really go to any other open mics either. I'll go to Frisky's ones. You can go to Frisky's ones.
I've never heard of Frisky's.
It's underneath the 555, the triple nickel.
Oh. I've never heard of Frisky's.
Oh,
I'm
well,
down
we're
to
going.
go.
Oh, we're going.
I'm so down.
Yeah, because it's another place that does like a lot of drag and burlesque. It's more of the legit like underground scene.
That sounds more up my alley for sure. But yeah, the things here, like the open mics, they're so weird and uptight that I just don't enjoy them. And when I practice my sets, I'll practice in the mirror or I'll force my teenage daughter to sit on the couch and practice with me as I go over shit. She's my audience when I practice my material.
I practice all my material on all my hair guests. Every time I'm
love
doing the
that.
hair, I'm like, hey, let me. What do you think about this dead baby joke? How do you feel about that one? Tasteful? Needs some work?
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, last night my transgender joke that I brought up, like that's an actual story that did happen to me. But when I brought that up, that was my first time doing it on stage. I practiced it with my daughter. My daughter was laughing like the whole time, and I was like, "Cool, that's like her favorite out of all of my jokes currently."
Yeah. And it is a good one, like especially being something that's like not transgender. It like was not like this offensive, like harmful, like something.
I mean,
like,
it was just saying,
tasteful.
"Hey, they accidentally put me in the wrong section. They misgendered me." And the thing is, I've been shooting for this studio since 2020, and I just caught I was in the wrong section like a month or two ago because they said they updated my photos, and I went to look, and I was like, "Well, where am I? I'm searching through all the female talents. I can't find me." And then I found myself in the male section. In the last couple of years, I've been having fans asking me about my transition, how my HRT is going. I'm like, why do you think I'm trans? I birthed a little girl. I couldn't figure it out for the last couple of years. I've been in the wrong section on that site for multiple years, and I had a bunch of fans thinking I was trans.
I mean, I've seen estrogen do some crazy things.
They thought I got my dick
they're like,
chopped
wow,
off.
you look great.
They thought I got my dick chopped off, though. And I'm like, I don't have one.
What was it, the category? Wasn't it like small, skinny?
Yeah, no, they put me in the male talent category and listed me as having a thin penis. Thin, because the options for like the male talents on their site is either thin or like girthy. So they said I had a little dick and put me in the male talent section.
Had that spaghetti noodle
It's
dick.
funny though, because as soon as I called it out, they fucking corrected it. They were like, "Oh my God, we're so sorry."
People were probably watching your porn too, being like, it's that thin, I can't even see it.
They probably thought I had it taken off. They're like, "Damn, she got it lopped off. I wonder how much that hurt."
I think it's more of like, rather than a lopped off, it's a
Inverted.
Yeah.
We turn the outie into an innie.
Yeah. I have a
Either
trans
way.
friend that is fully transitioned, and so after
It
everything
sounds
was
so
healed,
painful though.
she let me see it. It looks great. It looks better than mine. Maybe
I've
I should
heard
go
that
in
they're
and have them trim the
beautiful.
fat or something. I don't know.
I've heard they're beautiful when they're done, but God, it just sounds like such a painful, invasive surgery. Getting my titties done hurt so bad that I'm like, I can't even imagine getting lower areas done because
How did that recovery go? Because I've known people that went in for the weekend and then they were back. Like,
well, the thing is, it depends on where you get your incisions. Like if you go through the nipple or under the breast, it's a much easier recovery.
which one are yours?
Through the armpit. I picked the hardest one
Like, I don't raise my hands any higher than this
for 3 months. And you couldn't lift more than 10 pounds for 3 months.
Nothing
I
off
wasn't
the
allowed to
top
work
shelf.
out. I had a very, very strict recovery plan, and I was in so much pain for 3 months. And by the end of those 3 months, because you're not allowed to lift more than 10 pounds, it makes you really weak. You lose like all of your arm muscles, and it really fucks you up. But I will say my tits look great.
They
It was
do look
worth
great.
it.
They do
It was
look
worth
great.
it, but it was a hard recovery.
I think I could do that. Honestly, I don't lift anything heavier than a cigarette and a credit card, so I think
If you're doing laundry or if you're grocery shopping or other things, you have to think about
I don't
that.
do any of those things either.
With me being a mom and a pet owner,
Okay, yeah.
it made it really hard. I had to make my other people in my life carry like bags of pet food and groceries and cat litter and things
They've
that
got
I
things
couldn't
for that
lift.
now, though. How long ago did you get your titties done? When was that?
2018.
2018.
Yeah,
Okay,
so they didn't have as many
I was
services.
gonna say,
I used to have to
DoorDash
make
and shit like
people
that.
be my bitches. I used to be like, "Hey, you're coming with me to the grocery store. I can't lift things. I'll pop a stitch or I'll make my tits lopsided."
And I'm sure nothing has changed since then.
Not really. I mean, my tits are healthy and happy now.
Yeah, there we go. Happy, healthy
Nothing
titties.
changed. Luckily, the recovery was not bad. They're not lopsided. They never got infected.
No,
nothing
no, they
changed
look
on the health
great.
spectrum.
Yeah, no, last night they looked super good too.
And they feel really nice. They're
Good.
super soft and squishy and bouncy.
Yeah, not hard as a rock.
Definitely not. Now, I have Kardashian titties.
Oh,
So
explain that one.
my roommate, when I lived in Los Angeles, went on the weight loss show with, I can't remember if it was Kourtney or Khloe Kardashian, Revenge Body. Mm-hmm. And she got their titty doctor's info and she got her titties done and she showed me how good they turned out. And this was all while I was living with her. Like, they would come over and film in the house.
Okay.
So she directly got their titty doctor info, and then I got my titties from their doctor.
Personal.
So I have
personal
Kardashian
question.
titties.
Is it true that like if you hold a flashlight to them, do they glow?
I've never tried, so I don't know.
I was say I need to know, because if that's the case, you might as well fill them with something. So you like it's like a snow globe titty.
I mean, I have the cohesive gel. I got the
It's gel. It's not a
gummies.
full liquid.
I didn't do the liquid.
Yeah.
No, I did the gel because it feels more natural and it bounces better and it holds better. And also that way, if you get an injury, it doesn't pop. There's just different things I thought about.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's
I took a lot into consideration, and I did research on doctors for like a year, and I didn't like anybody that I was researching. And then my roommate gave me her doctor's info, and I was like, okay, I'm going for that one.
So I also got to know what's like the weirdest like porn you've ever had to do, because I did find the crazy and strangest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. 1993, Edward Penis Hands. Have you heard of it? Have you seen it? It's the most horrifying
I've heard of it, but I have not watched
Whatever
it.
you think it is, it's so much worse.
Have you ever seen SpongeBob SquareNuts?
No, but okay.
That's
I've added
probably
that
the
one
most
to the list.
traumatizing, but yeah, that
We're gonna
one.
compare, because I'm like, I would.
I'll show you when we're not recording YouTube stuff. But yeah, SpongeBob SquareNuts.
Okay.
Nightmare Fuel. When I was in the comedy show, guys, last night at the Tits and Giggles, people threw money at me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this crazy? I love it.
So normally at comedy shows, they'll do a thing where like afterwards, they'll be like, hey, there's a bucket here. Feel free to put $1 in or two. I think it's more fun being at a burlesque bar, and it's a topless show, so it has burlesque elements. When you're on stage naked and people are throwing money at you and you're being silly, like
I had
it's just
so much fun with it, and it gives you a lot of encouragement. And
It
it's like,
does.
oh, they like me. And also, I feel like a stripper, but I don't have to put forth the dance moves and stuff, which makes me feel even better because I'm just really goofy and awkward. I'm not the most graceful individual, so I'd rather make people laugh topless. I'd rather do comedy naked than strip.
That's exactly right. I was going to tell you about that. One time I was accidentally, I don't want to say tricked into being a stripper, but I was. I can add that to the resume now, was an official stripper. So I go dance on Fridays and Saturdays. And I had a friend of mine say, hey, I was wondering if you would go dance for this EDM event. And I was like, yeah, like I can totally do that. I'm not really an EDM music kind of person, but like whatever. I love the clothes. I love the glitter. Anyways, and then later on, as it's getting closer, she was like, you think you could dance with like your top off and like some pasties? I was like, yeah, I still kind of do that anyways. Like that wouldn't be a problem. So the day of, I show up to this, I was like, this place can't be right. It's a sports bar and grill.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's like families in there eating. And I'm
oh,
like,
shit.
what's going
There's
on?
families.
It was a pop-up strip club that they were creating.
But there's families. If it's a
Well,
pop-up
at some
strip
point
club.
they were like, everybody needs to get the fuck out
Oh,
unless you're a
okay, so
ticket.
it was like
but it
a
was
certain
still like
time.
a strange area to be doing all this. And I was like, oh, damn. And I'm like trying to tell the kid that put it all together, he's like 25. And I was like, hey, like, this isn't exactly what I signed up for. And he was like, nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. Like, you're here.
That's so awkward.
It was 7:30 and he was like, all right, we're starting now. And his rule was, you're not allowed to leave until 2 a.m. And I was like, what the fuck? I worked a full day at the salon. Like, I was like,
That's
okay.
hard.
And so the music starts, people are walking in, and I'm like, this is awkward. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in this. He's like, get on the table and dance. And I was like, okay. And so I'm on this table dancing, and some gentleman sits down at the table. He puts down a couple of dollars, and I get down and
shit.
I crawl on the table, and I was like, you're a kind man. I need this money for some dance lessons. And so he starts laughing, and then he throws more money at me. And I was like, oh, okay, like, here we go. I'm actually kind of traveling from table to table doing my set topless while they're giving me money. I was like, this is normally what I do. This is perfect. Until they were like on a microphone. There's a bunch of polls. They were like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Macie. And I was like, stage? What the fuck? Also, not the government name. Like, what? And they wanted me, they were like, get on the pole and start doing. I've never touched a stripper pole. I don't know. Told you, I don't lift anything heavy, let alone my own fat ass on a pole. Like,
No, I feel ya. I mean, I've been on a pole, but I've never done any cool tricks. I usually just spin on it and slide down like a fireman.
No, exactly.
I'm awkward.
Even that, I was like, oh my God. So I'm up on there and I'm doing my best. I don't know if you've met comedian Dylan Stubblefield, but he came to support
cool
me.
as fuck.
And he was sitting there like, yeah, go. After like 30 seconds, I jump off this pole and he's like, what are you doing? He grabs me. He's like, get back up there. You're doing great. You're doing great. Maybe change your face when you're jumping on that pole because you just have this look like you're like struggling to open a jar of pickles. Like, just like change that. Get back up on that pole. And then there was a dude. I'm on there doing my best. There's a dude. He's making the dollar bills into tiny like little airplanes and throwing them at me. And he was like, it's like King Kong on the building.
That's actually
every time
really
I watch
cool, though.
you.
There's part of me that wants people to turn bills into paper airplanes when they
It's
throw
fun
them
until
at me
you
now.
actually have to unravel them.
Oh, is it really hard?
Yeah, it's a
It
pain
sounds
in
so
the ass.
cute and cool, though.
So I made it to like 11:30 at night though after doing that, and I was like, I'm done with this. I made like $200, and I told that kid, I was like, hey, I'm leaving, and he was like, okay, that's fine. Get your shit and leave. And I was like, I am. Perfect time, because as I'm walking out the door, they get on the microphone and they're like, all right, gentlemen, now's the time. Grab a lady of your choice by the hand and take them to the back for a private dance. And I was like, cool, bye.
That is so disrespectful that they didn't even give you a heads up that was going to happen.
I know, right? And so I was like, okay. And there was like 5 of us girls, and then it was like 2 or 3 of us that were in that same boat of being like, oh shit, we didn't know this is exactly what we were doing. Like, this is weird.
I hate
This
it when
is
things are
awkward.
misleading. That's not right. So I danced when I was 19, very briefly, for only 2 months, but I did it at a club out in Tampa on the Ybor Strip. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
I was not graceful, did not do pole tricks, and I was an awkward little 19-year-old scared as fuck of what I was doing. But I was like, I just want to make money, so I'm going to try this. And I would dance to like LMFAO, I'm sexy and I know it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'd be wiggling the titties and like air humping and just... I'd be silly, and people liked my personality and the fact that I was a cute little 19-year-old that was naked, so I'd get money. But I only did it for 2 months because... it wasn't my vibe, and I'm not graceful, and I'm not like,
You outgrew that place.
Sexy. I tried it, and I was like, this isn't
air
my
humping
thing.
somewhere where it's appreciated.
I tried it. It wasn't my thing. I don't like having random strangers trying to touch me or grope me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
dealing with a bunch of them all night. It's not my thing. Like, I have so much respect for dancers and strippers because I
Period.
feel like it's a very hard job when you have to give lap dances and deal with horny creeps all night. And I'm sorry if you're a horny creep watching this.
I mean, I myself am a horny creep, but I keep that shit at home. where
There's
it
a difference,
belongs,
though.
away from God's eyes, you know?
You can be a horny creep and enjoy yourself, but at the same time, it's just when people are like touchy and gropey and just different things. And like, even if you're a dancer and it's your job to be sexy, I don't know. I don't know. There's certain things I'm like, I'm not big on that.
All the stories I've heard of how they're like, dudes will be like, I bet you're only just talking to me because you want money. And I'm like, well,
I mean, you're at my place of work.
yes,
So yeah,
that is what we're
And not only
for.
that, but it's like, I don't mind lap dances or other things, but it's like when you consent to people touching you versus when people randomly try to, like when you're on the stage doing the actual show for everyone and then somebody reaches up and like tries to put their hand in your panties, like not even over, that's where you draw the line. It's like, that is rapey.
Yeah, kick to the throat right there.
That's when you're like, security guard.
Gotta be
But shit like that, I'm like, not my scene. I know there are a lot of dancers out there that love what they do, and all power to you. But
period.
I
yeah.
could not
It's
do
an
it.
art.
The thing is, I can do porn. I can do camming. I can do strip, not like in-person stripping, but I prefer like online stripping, like camming type stuff.
Yeah.
I can do all of that. I love sex work. I love phone sex
Yes,
operations.
absolutely.
I also like doing nudie comedy shows. I like being naked in front of people, but I'm very particular about touchy.
I think I could do the phone sex thing, you know. Do
You have the
like
voice for
I feel
it.
like I could. I file my taxes at the same time. Like, they don't know what I'm doing on the other end. Like,
It's true
You could
though.
do that. It's fine.
It's voice acting. No, the thing is, sometimes I'll be like cleaning and doing laundry, or like there's been times where I'm on a phone sex call and dirty talking while I'm cleaning the litter box. They don't know. You don't know what I'm doing.
Accidentally break character. My sexy laugh sounds like Peter Griffin. I'm like,
I love that so much. I mean, somebody would get off to that though.
I'm sure.
People get off to the weirdest things.
They do. You know, I've heard. What's the crazy? You've told me some crazy requests. What's like the one that you were like? I mean, I'll do it, but
Well,
fuck you.
I don't know when it comes to the but fuck you type of thing, but
Okay.
I've had some weird things I've watched on cam. Like there was a dude I watched cream pie himself while he was jerking off
How?
with an actual cream pie, not with his penis in him.
I was like, you have that video? I'm gonna need to see how that works. It's for
So
science.
no, he literally like rubbed a cream pie all over his face while he was whacking off.
Some good clown porn right there.
I
Yeah.
was very, very confused, but I was trying so hard not to laugh. I'm like, yeah, that's so hot. Yeah, so that happened. And then there was another time when a guy was jerking off with green slime and it looked like he was fucking Flubber. Or the Blobby from Transylvania. Just a little green jello dude on his dick bouncing up and down.
Fucking a full Jello mold. That might actually work, like a bunt cake, like a tiny little bunt cake Jello mold. There's already the
Maybe.
hole there in the center.
But he was straight up jerking off with slime, like the kind that kids play
That
with.
for
but it was
children,
green.
the one with Elmer's glue and
Yeah.
contact solution.
Yeah.
How do you wash your dick after that?
I don't know, but apparently it feels good. He liked gliding his dick up and down.
Well, okay, so then I'm gonna bring this back around to my new joke, and I need people in the comments. I need the creeps. 'Cause I'm just sure there's fucking to, like I said, the confirm or deny. Every dude that I've ever seen has that random glass of water on their nightstand, and I was told that it's because dudes do dick dunks in this glass of water, like a quick dick dunk. I need a confirm or deny. Every time I've asked this on stage, all the dudes are like looking at each other, and I'm like, I feel like you're all making a
don't
quick eye
know.
contact to be like, don't say anything. But like,
I don't know any dudes that just
I need
keep
people
a
in the
random
comments
glass
to
of
let me
water.
know. I feel like every dude's room I've ever been in, there's just that, and I'm like, oh, they dehydrated. Like,
I don't know.
I'm like, you drink water? Gross.
I love water. I think it's so good.
I wish I did too.
I like
I'm
all
a
my-
Dr. Pepper bitch.
Hey, I like all my W's. I like water, whiskey, and wine. I love whiskey and wine.
I do like wine. I do like some wine.
Wine is like one of my go-tos, but I didn't feel like going to a liquor store today, and all I had was whiskey at the
No,
moment.
that's fine. This is my first whiskey Coke I've ever had in my entire life.
You're joking.
I'm not. No, it's not normally a drink that I partake in.
It's my go-to. I wish I had limes because lime adds.
Yeah.
So
Limon's a whole
usually
nother-
I do whiskey, Coke, and a little squeeze of lime.
Okay.
Fucking phenomenal. And some people like it, some people don't, but I like it.
That sounds
Adds
nice.
a
I'll
little
try that. I'm willing to
pizzazzles.
try that with you sometime.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's my first. It's my first time.
Oh, I'll pop your cherry. I'll pop it so good.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm sure with your skinny boy penis.
I mean, I have a strap.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love strap-on play. I love pegging.
Yeah.
So I also want to give you a present.
I like presents.
So this button right here is for the video game that I'm in that's coming out next year.
Shit.
In 2025, Mystery Kink. It's
Which
got
one
a
is you?
I'm the redhead.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's
yes.
before I dyed my hair blonde.
Gotcha.
I went manic and cut my hair off and went blonde earlier this year. I was just kind of depressed and stressed and like fuck everything. And then I kept the blonde. As you know, because guys, Macie's done my hair the last time.
Mm-hmm. We're working on that blonde. Mm-hmm. Life's just better when you're blonde.
I wanted to try it for a bit because I haven't been blonde in a long time and it's my natural hair color. I'm like a dirty blonde. I'm not as blonde as this, but I'm similar, which is nice because I don't even have to do anything with my eyebrows now, when usually I have to color them and make them darker.
You ever tried the no eyebrows look? Just
I have not. No, my daughter has. I have not. I think it looks so bad.
I think it did, like Lady Gaga fucking pulls that shit off amazing. I fucking love it.
I think it looks bad on everybody.
You're like, I don't like it on anybody. I tried it.
You look like an alien or a
Yeah.
cancer patient when you have no eyebrows. I don't like it.
Cancer. It's so funny.
It creeps me out.
I giggled way too hard at that part.
By the way, cancer does not creep me out. The no eyebrows. That's what creeps me out. I just have to clarify because right after you said cancer, I was like, it creeps me out. And I was just finishing my thought on no eyebrows.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I don't know what you meant.
No eyebrows looks creepy.
I think it depends on the person. I feel like not that I tried it one time, but I used to like do my eyebrows different colors, and so you got to bleach it first.
Yeah.
I'm like a Latin woman.
I've made my eyebrows
stupid.
thin. I will say I've made them thin.
I not on purpose, but one time I got the Pamela Anderson special.
I
It's like,
did it
"Ah!"
on purpose because back in the day, like I'm a little bit older than you. So I grew up in the time where like thin eyebrows were a thing. And I used to like overpluck my eyebrows when I was young.
And would you look at him now? It's like you can't even tell.
Yeah, I'm happy that they came back.
They came back.
I got lucky because some people, they don't.
They don't. They're stuck with trailer trash, plucky, thin eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that look is good on some people, but not everyone.
No.
And
it's
even
not.
if you think you can pull it off, that doesn't mean you can.
I love the goth girls when they have a nice thin, like,
Yeah.
I fucking love that
It's
shit.
so gorgeous.
Yeah. I wish I could be that kind of badass goth. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
got it
exactly what
tatted
you're talking about.
to the throat and onto the face.
I wish I could too, but I can't do tattoos that much.
I know. One day.
Well, when you're in the adult film industry, they want you to have a look that's a little bit more normalized in general. And the more tattoos you get, the more it messes with work. Mm-hmm. Especially like depending upon location. Like my hip tattoo made my work go down a few thousand a month.
Gotcha.
I lost a few grand a month from getting a hip
That's how much
tattoo.
it would cost for the tattoo also.
The tattoo was only a couple hundred.
Oh,
You know?
okay. Yeah.
I have a Thor hammer on my hip. But yeah, no, when I was a young teen girl, like in the industry, like even though I was in my mid 20s in real life, they wanted me to play like barely legal on different things. And when I got that tattoo, they were like, well, that takes away from the innocent teen, blah, blah, blah. So it's
You're
not
like,
gonna,
I'm not an innocent teen. I'm a bad teen.
It's
I'm
not-
a runaway teen.
it's not going to sell as well.
My mom caught me smoking cigarettes at the end of the driveway. I'm a
Anyways,
bad teen.
I cut my income a few thousand a month by getting a tattoo on my hip.
Okay.
Just
There's-
one tattoo messed up my income a
There's
couple grand
things
a
they
month.
can do about that, though. I'm sure if they can fucking paint MGK, nice translucent pinky white.
Yeah,
to
porn
be in a
studios
fucking
are a
dirt
little
movie.
bit less tolerant with that because of the fact that like anytime you get like oil, lube, or anything on it, then they have to do makeup touch-ups. They have to pause
about
everything.
that,
They have to come back. They have to worry about, oh, is the lighting going to be different for the time of day, for how long it took to touch things up?
She's looking a little cakey. Just gotta.
Just so many different factors, and they don't want to like pay to edit it out because that would be a lot.
Yeah, they want it cheap, huh?
Makeup's cheaper and easier, but it would take a lot of reapplications if you're in certain scenes.
What's the most like glamorous, most expensive like one you've ever had to do?
I don't know because I don't know the behind the scenes budgets on how much they
Gotcha.
spent.
Well, you're
but
like, this hotel's pretty fucking nice.
I've done a lot of really glam things. I've been on like actual full blown sets because there
Okay.
are some times where they have warehouses where they have like multiple sets built out like a movie studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to mansions and places where it's like in Beverly Hills and there's freaking pools, hot tubs, beautiful views of all of Los Angeles there. I've been to some insane locations, but I'm like, I don't know which one was like top
Have you
for
done a
budget.
yacht? Done a yacht scene?
No, and I don't think I would ever want to.
Sorry.
It's okay. Somebody's going to jerk off to that.
That was a baby one. I probably could do better, but yeah.
Somebody's going to be like, someone's going to be like, oh, do it again. Louder next time.
We'll work on it. We'll get there. To the bubbles.
Oh, man. So what's one of the weirdest or craziest jobs that you've done besides the stripping at the family restaurant?
I mean, that's it. I feel like when it comes to like work stuff, like I've only done hair, and like when it comes to actually, you know what? Rewind that. I did a full. I was like, no, I haven't done anything too crazy. I guess this is a normal for some people. I did a fully nude comedy show in Denver.
You told me about that person, and
Chris
I followed
Wellman.
him online. I have not messaged him, but I did follow him. I want to go on one of his shows.
You would
at some
be
point.
the perfect candidate for it. But yeah, in Denver, the entire audience and the entire cast was completely nude doing comedy, and it's kind of funny because you're standing on stage naked, hoping that people laugh at you. It's such a weird feeling. And like there's a lot of it stressed me out. I was nervous about just my kitty meow meow just being like out there. That made me nervous a little bit. And like I'm pulling up to the place where it's being held at, windowless, like of course. A lot of old people are getting out of that car. I'm like, I don't want that old man to see me naked. But like it was fine.
Is it bad that I just don't care?
No, that's not. And once you're in it, I didn't care either. I was like, oh, it's fine.
I go to like nude hot springs and swimming pools when I can. I like nudist
I would love
things.
to do that.
Dude, we could do it sometime.
I'd be down.
You just have to be okay with the fact that old people might see you naked.
Yeah. Like I said, when it's everybody, it's fine. I did have one girl one time, another go-go dancer. I was telling her about that, and she is kind of a nudist, and she was like, "Oh, me and my fiance, we go to this place. We call it the farm, and you can just go and be naked. Everybody there's naked. You can get brunch. You can lay in the grass and read a book.
Oh,
There's
that
a
sounds
pool."
fun.
It does sound fun until she was like, "And if you just want to go to be naked, don't worry about the other stuff." And I was like,
Oh, I haven't
what
been
do you mean the other stuff?
I've not been to like those type of like open sex events or cruises. I've heard of them, but I haven't gone. Yeah, no, I like to go to like nude hot springs though, where nobody's gonna touch you, where it's just naked. I like that. I don't like random sex parties. I want to at least know who's there and if they're tested or not. I don't want to go on like a swinger cruise or something. That makes me uncomfortable, but I like porn sex parties where everybody in the industry's there and they're all tested. Yeah. Like I like orgies. I like that type of stuff, but I need to know like where have you been?
I want to go, but I want to choose my group of orgy. Well, I want to line up like a whorehouse and be like, yes.
I mean, that's always how it is, though. You
is
choose
it?
Yes or no. I mean, it's not like people.
It's not like bring a plus one, and
you.
you're like, why'd you bring Randall, man? And they're like,
I mean, I'm sure some people are gonna be like,
needs
why?
this.
I'm sure some people will be like, why? But everybody's gonna be like, yum to somebody else's yuck.
Yeah. I guess
we
you're
all
right.
yuck each other's yums.
Yeah.
We like each other's things. And
I mean, there's always
each other's
that
things.
awkward moment where like, I met this incredible guy, and then you bring him to your friends, and they're like, oh wow.
They're like, really? You can do better.
Yeah.
You can do so much better.
On both ends of that spectrum.
That's how friends are. Yeah. So the comedian.
I mean, I do have my crushes on like famous male comedians, but it's getting harder to like because it narrows it down because they're all fucking scumbags. But my top one would still be Daniel Tosh. I'd fuck Daniel Tosh. I know he's like married and has a kid now, but I think I love him and I think he's a funny guy. And
I've never had a thing for Tosh. For me, I will say a couple of the ones other than the one that I did get with that I like. I've had a crush on Adam Carolla, and also. You know what? I never used to think Rob Schneider was hot, but the last couple of years.
Shut the fuck up. Rob Schneider? I used that in one of my jokes.
So I never, I'm going to say, I never had a crush on him in his movies or other things growing up. Never thought
you saw
he was
the hot chick and said,
no, I've always watched his movies. I love them. He's one of my favorite actors, but I never thought he was hot until recently. Like seeing his stand up and hearing him sing. And then also I've met him a couple times and he's really nice.
Could you imagine like
I would bang him now.
You're about to come and he's like, you can do it.
I will say I know that he's like 60 years old.
That don't mean nothing. I've fucked old men before. It's fine.
You said the you can do it thing. Anyways, I never thought about banging him until I met him.
And you're like, yeah.
Now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could see myself doing it. But I wasn't like crush mode with him in his
You weren't,
movies.
giggly and giddy and kicking defeats.
I mean, I always thought he was funny.
Yeah.
I always laughed at his movies. I loved it. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, but I didn't think about banging him until I met him. And I was like, you know what? I could see the appeal. I could see it.
I get it. Somebody have a L King type of daughter. Shout out to the girls that look like their dads.
I mean, his voice, though. Have you heard him sing?
Only in Grown Ups, but I think it was jokingly.
No, like he actually can sing like Elvis and shit.
Okay,
Like his vocals.
So it runs in the family then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elle King got her voice from her daddy.
Okay.
That's where she got it from. She got her face and her voice from.
Poor thing. I mean, she's cool. She looks.
I think she's pretty. I actually think that she's better looking.
The only way I say poor thing is because, like I said, as a girl that looks like their dad.
Yeah, but if you pull it off better than your dad.
Yes, that is true.
I think that Rob Schneider would look hotter as a woman because his daughter, I think his daughter's gorgeous. And I don't know, I didn't have a crush on him, like I said, until recently. But it's weird. It's like I like 60-year-old Rob Schneider.
So that's your hear me out then?
Yeah, hear me out. 60-year-old Rob Schneider's hotter than 30-year-old Rob Schneider. And here's
He's got
why.
some wisdom to him, man. Could totally tell you about what to look for in the foundations when you're buying a house, man. So fucking hot.
I think it's just because his stand-up is solid and he has a great singing voice and he dresses nice and he was nice to me when I met him, like when he was off stage. So just the combination of all of that, I'm like, yeah.
Something about the way a man dresses nicely, like that can be like some, you know.
Yeah, the button-up suit
It's
and
just like
the
a good
blazer,
cleanup.
everything. I'm like, you clean up really nice, whereas you look really goofy and weird in movies. And I don't know. I like watching you, but I don't think I'd bang that version.
Well,
The movie version, I would not. The real life version, I would.
Where do you fall on the monogamy and polyamory side?
I'm not polyamorous.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
like swinging. I like threesomes and group things when it's consensual and everybody's involved. But I don't like polyamory. I don't want there to be extra emotional connections.
Yeah.
And I tend to zero in on one person.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have multiple boyfriends or juggle multiple boyfriends or girlfriends because I am bi, but I can't do it emotionally. I can do the physical side. Like, yeah, we can bring somebody into the room for a night, but I don't want to talk to them past that, really.
Yeah.
And I don't want you talking to them outside of that if we're a thing.
Recently, I got myself, I don't really trust dudes that are like, I'm polyamorous.
I hate polyamory.
Well, if it works for you, that's fantastic. Recently,
I understand if it works for other people, but for me, no.
there's this dude that I thought he was kind of cute. He's like, I'll tell you who it is later. You probably don't know him right off the bat, but you'll run into this person at some time that he was like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend are polyamorous. We're polyamorous. And I was like, okay. And I did end up, I was like, yeah, that's fine. Normally I'm like, I don't trust that. But I was like, you know what? Like everybody knows him and he's very open about talking to people about this. So I think it's true. And we ended up doing the thing. It was awful, by the way. He was doing
Really bad?
Well, he was doing me from behind, and I was like, "What is going on back there? This isn't good." And I looked behind me, and
It wasn't good
He's
from
holding
behind?
his phone like this, watching Avatar: Legend of Korra at the
Why?
same time. So it was just not good. I don't know. It
He was watching Avatar while he's fucking
Legend
you?
of Korra too. So yeah, so like it just wasn't good. But like later on, his girlfriend, who my brother knows, was like, I think he's cheating on me. And we're like, oh, like I thought y'all were polyamorous. And she was like, no, like not at all. I think he's cheating on me. I found some purple hair in his house in like his bed. And I'm like,
Oh.
yeah. But I was like, oh, that's the last time I trust that one. Now I'm in a relationship with this dope dude. But like,
Yeah, I'm just doing the single thing right now, and I don't know. Dating sucks.
dating does suck. I didn't have fun. It's hard. Like, man,
I still have exes from high school talking to me. I mean, Mark Huntsman came to our comedy show.
Yeah.
And guys, if you didn't notice the last name, Huntsman. That's where I got it from. When I left my ex-husband, who was my high school sweetheart, I used my prior boyfriend's last name for adult videos. And that's how I became Nikki Huntsman.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
fucking brilliant.
But we're still friends. And I still have other exes hitting me up years later too. Stripper Chris hit me up a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Haven't talked to him in like a few years, and we dated like 11 years ago, 10 years ago. And he was hitting me up out of nowhere, sending me pictures of us from when I was like
Remember this?
20. Yeah.
Remember this 10, 12 years ago? When she was so fresh and spry.
Oh, dude, he was sending me paragraphs, bringing up old memories and shit. Usually I'm the one sending paragraphs, but this time it was him. I actually gotta show you because I think it's funny. It's not going to go on the camera, but I will totally show you because it makes me laugh. See this though? Like he straight up sent a picture of us from when I was like 19, 20.
That's a good picture though. You look really cute.
Thank you. I used to be super in love with him, but if you like slightly scroll, you don't have to read it all. But if you see all those paragraphs he sent me.
Oh yeah, he likes to use emojis.
I'm very memorable. I will say almost.
Oh shit! Like it's
almost every single ex I've had has come back.
Did you hex this man? Did you put him in a freezer?
No.
Like what the fuck?
I did not. And honestly, I would have stayed with him if he wouldn't have cheated.
Oh, yeah.
He told me he was going out of town for a work thing, but he left his Facebook Messenger logged in on my computer, and then it popped up like messages between him and another girl that he was going to visit in a different state. And I was like, oh, so this is who you're staying with.
How's that business meeting going? Yeah, God.
Oh, I packed up all of his shit. I was like, get out of my house. Because I've had this house since I was 17. My grandma bought it and rented it to me when I was pregnant and married and like moving out. And then when she passed away, my dad got it and now I rent from him. But anyways, I had my own house. I was like 19, 20, and this dude's 14 years older than me. So he was like 34 and he moved in with me. And he had the nerve to go out of town and cheat on me and leave it logged in on my computer that he was cheating.
So he's cheater and he's stupid.
Yeah. And then he's messaging me like 10 years later. Like,
I've changed.
I still remember you. You were so great.
There's a fun game I've always wanted to play, but like never. I think that you would be into this. We could either grab a couple of girlies. I want to do like a Tinder bingo.
What's a Tinder bingo?
Okay, so we create like a Tinder profile. I've been banned from Tinder, so we have to come up with some kind of we have to work around that somehow. But we create a Tinder profile.
I usually don't touch dating apps.
Oh no, this isn't for real. This isn't for reals. Okay. This is for humiliation ritual. And so we go through
sounds fun.
And we Tinder swipe and we go through and you got your Tinder board and on it it's like dude holding a fish, somebody with a lame ass office quote. I like tacos. Not my child in the picture. Oh, I actually know this person. Oh, I know this person and they're married.
Okay, that sounds fun. Yeah, I've never done anything like that.
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, I haven't done anything like that, but I used to back. This is probably why I've been banned. Because I used to sit in the back room of the salon with all the girlies surrounding me and just fucking roast every dude that's like on there and just fucking pick apart their profile. And I'm like, I don't think that's his sister.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't typically do it. I've tried dating apps and usually I just like swipe, and then even when somebody matches with me, I don't like messaging them back. I kind of just, I don't know. I'm not good at dating apps. It's funny though, because I've met a lot of dudes through regular social media like Twitter and Facebook and different things. The musician I met earlier that I was telling you about, I got really drunk one night. And I tweeted about the fact that banging him was on my bucket list.
And he said, well, today's your lucky day.
Well, he slid into my DMs and he was like, so where are you located? And turns out we were both in LA and we lived 15 minutes apart.
Does he? I thought he lived in Vegas. Does he not? Does he now?
The comedian, not the
musician.
Not
the musician. For some reason, I thought the musician lived in Vegas.
He's from Vegas.
Oh, okay.
But he lived in LA at the time. But yeah. No. Anyways, he lived like 15 minutes from me. That was just a weird scenario how that worked out. I was like, you are on my bucket list. He's like, so where do you live?
That would never fucking happen to me. I mean, I don't have the following. If Pete Wentz were to happen to open up
at the time
AMs, he'd have a strudel.
Here's the thing. I did not have a following at the time, but also that's when his following was smaller.
Okay.
Because he's in the millions now, but back in the day, I think he had like close to 100,000, but not quite.
Mm-hmm. Who's your number one like person though that you're like, fuck anybody? fuck anybody. Like besides Rob
That
Schneider,
I have not
know.
been with.
Like,
That I have not been with.
Oh, okay. That you have not been with. Not all
I'm
of us have the
asking.
pleasure. Yeah, but yeah, that you've not. That
I
you've not
really
been with.
want to get with Ryan Reynolds, but I
Oh,
know
yeah.
he's married, but I'd be down for a threesome with him and Blake Lively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
I think him and his wife are drop dead gorgeous and they're both so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to bang them as like a throuple type thing.
Like, I'll be the third. Just put me in a little house.
I'll be your unicorn. I look like shit right now, but yes, I would be Blake
No, you don't.
Lively
You
and
look
Ryan
beautiful.
Reynolds unicorn. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't like how I look at the moment, but I would love to. I did not doll up today. I was just like, I'm in comfy mode.
Should have done the same thing. You want me to take my eyelashes off?
I mean, you look
Real wavy
gorgeous.
strips.
I'm happy that you dolled up. I wanted to doll up, but I was like, you know what?
We had a long night, man. We had a long night. And you've
long
got
night,
kids.
and then also kids, and also I have to clean and do laundry and pack because I leave tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be going to Reno and shooting gay and bi stuff all week.
Love
so
that.
It'll be fun, but it's gonna be a lot of work, and I still have to pack. So I'm like, yeah, I've been in cleaning and laundry mode all day,
Gotcha. Okay.
but I'm super excited for that. So we're nearing the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And that means you get to sign the wall. You can either pick this pen or this marker. Probably
I
the
already know I'm
marker.
gonna, yeah, I already know I'm
Yeah.
gonna fuck this up. Where you want it?
You choose.
Should I sign it over?
You can sign a butt cheek, a thigh, a titty.
Oh, it's got to be across the titties.
I mean, you can sign anywhere,
right here.
but
I like how that one looks.
yes,
Right there we go.
perfect. Sign those titties.
Yeah. Mhm. You
And
know what?
now-
Keep a bad bitch. Let me sign your
Tell
boobs.
everybody where they can find you on social media.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram for color_groupie. You can also find me on Facebook if you'd like. I probably won't accept your friend request unless you're going to send me money. No. Macie Lurero. Good luck spelling that one out, though. If you can find that one, that would be pretty crazy.
And you can find her at the Tits and Giggles comedy show and open mics at Burla Bee.
That's right.
And she also does hair, but we'll
Don't say
you have
where
to find that.
Yeah, you have to,
You have
do,
to find
do your
that.
stalking on your own time. I can't make it easy for you.
Do your creeper work.
Yeah.
But she's very good at haircuts and colors. She does my
you.
hair and also Taylor Duggar.
Taylor Duggar's hair looks fucking bomb.
So our prior guest, Taylor Duggar, that we had on, she made him platinum blonde and it looks so good.
A dude's got to be so broken and depressed when you're like, let's make you blonde as a grown
And he's
man.
like,
and he's
"Yes.
like, sure.
Let's do it.
He looks hot though.
It looks really good. You did a great job.
Thank you.
But thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yes.
This is our episode, the last episode of 2024. We'll be back in 2025.
Yay.
I'm going to make like a banana and split. I'll see you again soon.